Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing 3 sets for one client. I usually do these as short form videos, but I really wanted to try to do them as a long form YouTube video because there's only so much I can say in a 1-minute video. So I'll go a little bit more into depth with each set and include the timestamps and prices as well. So let's get right into it. This order is from one of my regulars. This is her 14th order, and every time she orders, she gets about 3 to 6 sets, and she's been with me for over a year now, and she has literally told me that she has a collection of nails from me, which I think is so cool. But this time she ordered 2 sets in long square and 1 in medium duckies. So I start off by prepping all 3 sets, and I actually don't have any medium ducky full cover tips, so I do have to cut down my long duck tips to a medium length, which is definitely doable upon request. But here we're getting right into the first set. So the first set is actually one I posted on my story. So I try to about once a month post sets on my Instagram story at a discounted price, and they're just some sets or some inspo that I want to recreate. So I offer like a $10 to $20 discount on them, and they do get picked up pretty fast, but this one was one of them. It was just an inspo picture of white Frenchies on all 10 of the nails, and then a lot of little charms on top of them. And I don't know why I thought this set would be so simple, because in theory it does sound like it wouldn't take that long. It's just gluing some charms on Frenchies, but these charms are so tiny. There's like 30 charms on each nail, so it was pretty time consuming. This set did take me a little bit over 2 hours, and here I am just getting all my tiny charms. It's mostly gems, pearls, and like the smallest gold charms that I can find, and I get all of my charms from either Amazon or AliExpress, just putting that out there because that is a pretty common question. And I like to use a dotting tool to add the rhinestone glue one by one, and I'll add a handful of charms like at a time and then cure it, because they do move around. So if I tried to do it like all at once, it would just be this big mess. And I'll do 2 nails at a time, so like while one's curing, I'll do another one and just like switch between back and forth the 2 of those, if that makes sense. Because if I tried to do like more than 2 at a time, I would just like get overwhelmed very quickly. But by this point I have 2 of the nails done, and then this is an entire hand. Even though the set is time consuming, I think it's so cute. Like all those little tiny charms put together makes it look so detailed. And this set would have been $85, but I only charged $65 because of the story discount. So if you guys want discounted sets, make sure to follow my Instagram and look out for those stories. I do try to do them as often as possible. I just get so busy sometimes, so I aim for posting them about once a month. But be on the lookout for those, and once I'm done, I top coat everything, and make sure to top coat the gems as well. I feel like it just makes everything look a little bit smoother, but this is the end result. Next up is the ducky set. I think this is my favorite set out of the 3, and I honestly rarely ever get duckies orders, so I was super excited to do this one. And I honestly love duckies. I know they're an acquired taste, and I'm curious to know what you guys think of them, because I think they're so cute. The only issue I have with them is like how to function, because I have done practice sets on myself that were duckies, and they're just so flared that they kind of get in the way. And I honestly have no problem when my nails are like long or have a lot of charms, but I don't know, I feel like duckies is a little too much for me. But I'm curious as to what you guys think of them. But back to the set. This was a custom set, so she sent me a picture of a set that she wanted recreated, and this is the picture that she sent, which is from another press-on artist called Warped Pink. I think her sets are so cute, and she wanted this, but instead of the pink color scheme, she wanted like red. And then I suggested that since we're kind of like in Christmas and holiday time, that we should do like red, white, nude, and gold, because I feel like it would just be super fitting for the holidays, and she was 100% on board. I also told her I didn't have the same exact charms as the picture, but I could like kind of freestyle to match the holiday vibe we were going for, and she gave me creative freedom with that as well. But I still kind of tried to keep it as similar to the picture as possible. Like these Hello Kitties, I didn't have any with a red bow, so I just painted it. But I did have these little key and lock charms that are in the original inspo as well. So yeah, I just pretty much freestyled the charms. Like, there really was no thought out process for this. I kind of just made the charms like fit wherever I thought looked good in the moment. And I'm going a little bit backwards here, but I did do the aura effect with an airbrush and some airbrush pigments. I will link it in the description, but that's how I do all of my aura designs. And then for the Frenchies, I use the white gel polish from Ball Pit Shop. I'm so strict when it comes to white gel polish because I need it to be pigmented enough for one coat so that I don't have to go over the Frenchie twice and do 2 coats of white. I feel like that's such a waste of time. And Ball Pit Shop's white gel polish is the only one that hasn't disappointed me. I do have a code with them. It's just Trap, just in case you guys want to try it too. And then I always get asked what liner brushes I use. I'm gonna be so honest, I just buy like a random one on Amazon and I cut the bristles like in half. Like half of the amount of the bristles, I just chop them off as soon as I buy them, and that's it. I only have one liner brush that I've been using for months now. But we're pretty much done with this set now. The last step I do is I add a layer of the rhinestone gel on top of all the charms, because if you do your own nails, you probably notice that sometimes the charms will like get rusty or they'll tarnish. So I find when I add a layer of any like thick gel, it prevents that from happening. So I do it on every single set that has charms like this or any beads that I know tarnish. And I almost forgot to mention the timestamp and prices, but this set took about 2 hours and I charged $80 for this set. And when I top coat, I make sure to top coat the charms as well, because the rhinestone gel obviously leaves a sticky layer. But we are done with the second set and this is the final result. And now we're finally on set 3, which is the last set. And honestly, I fucked up here because I left the most time consuming set for last. And I'm gonna be so transparent with you guys, I don't love making this design, but it's very trendy right now and I don't hate making it, but it's also not my favorite. And honestly, I was avoiding it for a while, but I knew it was eventually gonna catch up to me because it is a very intricate design. At least I think so, and that's usually what people come to me for. But this is the inspo picture she sent me. It's like those bangle nails that are going around right now, and I have done them before, but I've only done sets where it's only on like 1 or 2 of the nails. But like a week before I did this one, I had done a full set of the bangle nails. I'll add a picture of that set here, but if I hadn't done that set, I would be so intimidated to do this one. But since I already had done something similar, I kind of knew what I was like getting myself into. And this set really is not hard. It's like time consuming. I don't know. It's just so many tiny little things that have to go into it. So the design is on 8 of the nails, and then on the thumbs is like this tortoise print and turquoise charm. I didn't have the charm, so I had to sculpt it, which is what I'm doing right now. And then once I get into the actual nails, like the bangle nails, there is some of them that require chrome, and anytime I have isolated chrome designs, I like to use my Ball Pit anti-chrome matte top coat. But I have noticed that 3D sculpting gel does not stick to matte top coat, so I have to add a layer of regular top coat and then buff it out. That's the only way that I've found works for me. So if you guys have any other recommendations, I'm all ears. But luckily, I think only 4 of the nails have the chrome isolation, so I didn't have to do it on every single nail. But here I am getting my charms together, and I go one by one on the bangle design, and I like to start from the bottom, because if I start from like the Frenchie line or like the smile line area, it kind of leaves like these weird gaps at the bottom, so it just looks more seamless like when I work from the bottom up. And I just like add like all these fun designs. There's no thought process. I kind of just did it as I went. I also relied heavily on the inspo picture, but on the silver one that I showed earlier, that was all freestyled. And I'm trying to keep like a gold color scheme and just darker colors overall, but I did mix in some of those silver chains as well. And this is how they're coming out so far. Just these 4 nails took like 40 minutes. And then for the chrome isolation, I just add black gel, cure that for 60 seconds, and rub in the chrome. You want to make sure you get every single crevice because we don't want the black seeping through anywhere. And I have a few different shades of gold chrome, so I mixed and matched that as well. Like, I don't think any of the golds I used are the same shade. And you can see a sneak peek in the background, but the last step I did was finishing up that charm that I had to make by hand, which is just adding the 2 rows of the silver beads. And then just like the second set, I like to add a thick layer of gel on top of the charms and the chrome because as we know, the chrome can chip easily. And again, I top coat everything, even the charms, and this set took about 3 hours and I charged $95 for it. And this is the final look of it. I will admit the hard work pays off because I think they're so cute. So this is already the next day, but I just file all of them so that they can be extra crispy before I send them off. And I also do have to take pictures of them. And I will show you in just a sec how I take my pictures because I feel like I get asked so often. But I do need natural sunlight for that. That's why I had to wait till the next day. But I basically have like this white table and it's next to a big window in my house. And I lay all the nails evenly on a mirror. And that's pretty much it. I just use my iPhone to take pictures and videos. And my daily total was $240. Let me know how you feel about these kind of videos in long form. And thank you so much for watching.